The last alliance of elves and men has once again united to face against evil in today's Dawnless Days siege view here on Dunberg. We have the men of Gondor and the elves of the Woodland Realm. Oh my god, rip in peace to that guy getting hit by multiple axes. As the elves of the Woodland Realm and men of Gondor unite up before rudely awakened there by some Dunlanding axes going in here, some axe Herbane being sent into battle. I think these guys were trying to get pretty close there to throw their jabbies, or their throwing axes, and they've accidentally got into melee, and now they're going to get point blank again. If I was Gondor, just attack. Look how point blank they're getting there. Just charge him. Look at that. That's like execution. That's brutal. Don't know if really getting closer really makes a difference. Maybe it does for accuracy a little bit, but yeah, that is brutal there from the Dunlanding tribes against Gondor. And we have a classic good versus evil in this one. We have Dale, Woodland Realm, and Gondor on the defense here, and then we have Mordor, Dol Guldur, and Dunlandings on the attack. So we've got, yes, a lot of evil men and orcs here in today's Lord of the Rings throwdown. But yes, it's a glorious 3v3 on Dunberg. One of probably the better maps for Dawnless Days. I'm really hoping, and it has already been said by the devs, in like the next update, there's gonna be a whole load of new maps. Hopefully they all work, which is the big thing. I think they need to be heavily tested. One of the few critiques I would have with Dawnless Days, not that I have many, massive fan, I always will be. Be my like pride and joy is like covering this mod for years upon years and being allowed to like get so much early access, but maps are a bit of a problem. Certainly having like streamed a lot over like recent months and years, certainly some maps are better than others. Some are buggy as well, and just some are just really hard to play for multiplayer. I can understand obviously some are built for single player, like because you want unique maps, and you know like Minas Tirith and like maps like that are going to be really, really hard to attack. You need like innumerable odds, and we don't actually have a Minas Tirith map yet for officially for Dawnless Days, but the ones that have been provided, yeah, they're pretty pretty hard to attack. So if you'd have anything similar to that, it's going to be like you're going to need enormous odds, almost like a 4v3 rather than a 4v4. But yeah, Dunberg, one of the better ones. It balances really well. Certainly if the defenders play fair and don't just defend the top up here, where we already have Dale's Elven Archers, the Avari Wanderers up here, which are a shock unit, but it looks like he's going to use them as bows. It's actually one of the few maps and few instances I think Avari Wanderers here could cook. They're going to be able to use all their arrows probably pretty, easily because they're on top of this massive cliff. And then once they're out of ammo, go into melee and take on the hordes of Gondor blades that are starting to march towards them here. Yeah, as you can see, numbers-wise, attackers are massively outnumbering the defenders. 9,100 against 5,000. But one of those factions is elves, which are super, super elite. And also, the defenders are defending a really, really strong last stand, which, if they do fall back to, can inflict a lot of damage on the attackers. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this one goes down. Let me know who you're rooting for. Are you Team Evil? Or are you Team Good? Some of you just do have whatever the scenario, whatever the matchup, are always Team Good, and some of you are always Team Evil. But yeah, it should be a really, really fun siege. I'm looking forward to seeing how this one goes down. All the blades are slowly whacking down this barricade, and once they've knocked that down, they'll be rewarded with some Gate Wardens and some Hall Guardians to face off against them in this one. And then over on this side, we have got the Undeads, which is the new name for the Phantoms, which is what they used to be called. They're now called the Undeads. They're a spear unit. There are still the wraiths are available for Dol Guldur, but I don't think they've been brought here today. We've got lots of Barrow-wights, which is another undead unit. It was one of the newer undead units. It's a shock unit, and they look awesome. I think it's a really cool addition to this faction, that's for sure. And then we've got Ologai as well for Dol Guldur. And I imagine we have a whole load of more Ologai over here, yeah. And then that's why the balance power is so slanted in their favor for evil. It's not because actually of numbers or anything like that, and that they're destined to win. It's just because beasts of war like Ologai just affect that. So really looking at that, it's not the be all and end all. I wouldn't be like, Pope, this was such a unfair fight from the start. It's not. It's just the Ologai. They really affect, and same with the Mummoks as well. They really affect basically where the balance of power stands. It's a bit like Cav as well, but all these things are very counterable once you kill off like Ologai and Mummoks. and even cavalry if you can do that. That's probably the hardest of the three to kill off. If you can kill them all off, all of a sudden the balance power will shift straight back to even if their numbers are sort of similar. And certainly at this sort of like 9,000 versus about 5,000, that's not bad odds for the defenders. That should probably actually shift nearly back to even, to be honest. Especially with the elves knocking about. And also, I'd just like to say, this timer has gone down a mighty lot. This was a very much, I won't spoil it, but it was a very, very long siege replay. I was like, huh, this is going to be a nice grind fest. And then I fast forwarded through a lot of it because nothing was going on. I fast forwarded through a good 20 odd minutes nearly. So we will see whether the attackers can actually break through in time, or whether the defenders are actually going to hold out for time. It's definitely worth sticking around and seeing how that one goes down, because yeah, that timer does not really give a true perspective of how long this siege was, because there's a lot of faffing about by the attackers just getting inside the settlement. So yeah, we'll see whether they leave themselves enough time to win this siege, or whether the defenders will just, you know, win this one through time. Interesting to see, after I just said Avari Wanderers might just, you know, actually be able to use all their ammo, they've actually come down, and they're now going to come a bit closer to the front line. This is risky, because they can get easily focused down. Avari Wanderers bringing them as they'll either got to use them as the shock, and just promise not to use the range, or use them as range and then, you know, try and somehow keep them out of a range fight so you can then potentially use them as shock infantry as well. Like, it's a really hard unit to use, I've realized, bringing these hybrids these days. Because, yeah, like, almost certainly you're probably going to only be able to use them in one role. I've not seen many a siege, certainly not many a land battle, where you can actually use Avari Wanderers for both purposes. Yeah, first bit of battling going on over here. Gondor plays against Dale and Spear Guards. Dale probably should lose this one. Spears get beat by swords. Certainly at this level of both being tier 3. But yeah, I will see how this one goes. I mean, if Dale might get some supports, yeah, but he's holding. This one's losing. Interesting that both of them are like, I don't know, maybe this one got a better charge off this Gondor blade. I don't really know. But yeah, they're both, it's exactly the same fight. One is combat even, one is not. Very interesting. There's literally no different variables as well, because they both have like a bronze chevron, these Gondor blades. And actually, all of a sudden, because of that, you can see the Avari Wanderers actually fired a volley into that Gondor blade there. And with the Violent Guards going in, all of a sudden that blade is now losing decisively. And actually, yeah, Gondor blades are now beating Spear Guards. Evidently, prolonged melee, the swords just do better off. This is not good here for the attack. So look at all these Orc archers. Tier 2 bows, which are seen being brought more and more in replays. They're getting focused down. And they look like they've lost a duel with Black Vale archers. I mean, they've been absolutely gunned down, I think, here by probably the Sylvan archers, Legolas. There's a lot of archers in this area. Also, we've got the Avari Wanderers. They are getting gunned down. Mirkwood Trackers now over here as well. They look like they're also going to lose this range fight. And they persist here as well against Dale's and Gondor's archers. So yeah, that's really, really good there for the defenders. They need that sort of win, give themselves a range advantage, especially when it gets this final defense. If the attackers have no range, it's going to make it really difficult to assault up that slope. Pikes coming up. This looks like the answer to try and get through this polearm defense here. Wall Guardians are getting shot at currently. I'm surprised they have been committed as early as they were. But yeah, the Orc Archers are shooting them. They just need to finish these guys off, just get them off the battlefield. They're still shooting and being a pain. I know there are healthier units, but just kill like off the units you're already fighting. And we have Trolls in here. Early commitment from Trolls, but they are beating Gate Wardens. They're also absorbing all the ammo currently from a couple of arch units here. And this is the risk sending in Trolls so early, is that, yeah, already one dead. The enemy has plenty of arrows so early on in the siege. So, like, to send in your Trolls, like, literally immediately, they are now going berserk. It does risk, obviously, all the missile ammo being used up on them and killing them quite quickly. But yeah, already 2 down, that's never a good sign. Usually once 1 drops, they're all going to start to drop pretty quickly. Polearms are getting focused down here. So both sides, really, I feel like making mistakes. Defenders are committing polearms early to, like, just pike stacks like this, like, from the very start. It just kind of sets up where you're going to make your stand, and also just allows archers like this to set up and just gun down your polearms. And the reason I think that's the reason why Evil is losing these range fights is because he's not actually shooting the range units, he's shooting all the pole arms, letting his archers get shot freely by good archers. But he's like, that's fine, we'll just kill your pole arms, which is, you know, your effective units. Still got Coast Guards here alive. We've still got another Hall Guardian over here as well. Yeah, there are still some elites. I mean, at the same time, Dunland's not used any of his ammo, it looks like, for his archers. He still has his alive. So even if all the orcish ones are lost, it's not the end of the world. They've still got some ranges. It looks like they are in a... Well, they are in a losing fight by the looks of it against the Woodland Realms archers right now. Silver archers over here and Legolas all dying. If they can kill Legolas, they'd be shooting him down, really. Should be focusing on him. He is a very light bow in comparison to light bows. He should have even less armor. He'd definitely be worth shooting. Trolls are... Yeah, they are half strength now. And you can see here, the pillagers, they're about to all die. The next thing to be sent over is Uruk Throng. No more Olokai. So they've sent in their Olokai early on this side. Dumbledore's kept his back, which is probably the smart thing to do. But yeah, that's not a good sign. If that Olokai were to die, balance power will almost certainly shift quite a lot. And you can see already, actually, numbers are closing quite quickly here. But let's see, 6,700 against 4,200. That's kind of closing quite quickly. They've lost 800 defenders. And then the attackers have lost like 2,300. About that, or 1,300? No, 2,300. I was right first time. I should never doubt my math. Citadel Guards here, kind of pushing a little bit too far forward. All the pikes probably are appreciating this. Yeah, actually no. Yeah, it is the Citadel Guards are losing. Why weren't the Spear Militia sent in first? Why is this tier 1 light spear from Dale not being you know, held back, and they're actually sitting in the tier 4 heavy spears from Gondor? Interesting choice. Again, don't know. Island Guards here seem like they're cycling in and out, trying to support the Spear Guards on this flank here. The initial clash point of today's siege. And Dunland looks like it's sending it shock in as well to try and make a difference, try and break through this spear line. Shock does speed spears very effectively, but yeah, these Warlord champions are getting sliced and diced. Probably also being focused. They are a 90-man unit, so they are easy enough to kill off. Barrow White's going in. I think these guys are unbreakable. They are undead. I think all undead units for Dumbledore are unbreakable, but they're going to get sent in. That's going to be a real pain, actually, for... And they're going to get trample put on. Okay. Which gives them entity mass and charge bonus. But that's going to be a difficult unit to finish off with Dale. They should beat it, still with the Violent Guards and stuff, but yeah, they might have to... You know, put a bit of effort into doing that, and it's going to obviously slow down any sort of retreat if you want to, because it's an unkillable unit. You have to fight it and kill every last white. The Elven Spearline here, unfazed. But these Gate Wardens and Hall Guardians, they will hold to the very last man. They just do that. They just love to do that. Max Herbane over here, they are still dying. They're having a really rough time. But they actually are inflicting a lot of losses on these archers here. They seem like I think they're winning this range fight, honestly. Sylvan archers here. And Legolas are really low on health. I'm actually kind of concerned a little bit for the Woodland Realm there. They might need support from Dale Zavari Wanderers just to make sure they win this. I'm surprised, yeah, that Dunland's falling back from that range fight. And it looks like Gondor's sort of stabilized a little bit. I mean, his pole arms here are still alive, but they are very weak. We're about to see a push here from Spears, Uruk Spears. You don't often see these guys being brought. Oh, it looks so good. The Uruks do look great still. The armor is amazing. Look at that unit. Glorious. Having been rewatching Lord of the Rings recently, I'm up to the Two Towers. I'm really in the mood for Lord of the Rings at the moment. I'm just so excited for Dawnless Days for this campaign. I won't lie, I do apologise for everyone else that watches the Total War stuff. It will be just Dawnless Days for it could be a solid month almost. Just be streams and also just, you know, let's plays of the campaign is all it's going to be. Uruk strong, slowly getting pushed back. There you go, the Dalian Spear Guards doing their bit there. Over on this side here, looks like Guldur Glaives are slowly getting through. I mean, that's a Citadel Guard that's been in fight for a long time. Spear Militia now in. Like I said, why is this one sending first? And we've got Lasgar and Axes in here. The Spear Militia is not slowing down. It's not even a speed bump for these Guldur Glaives. Archers here, they are, still struggling. I mean, they've got one pretty healthy Forest Archer. I mean, to be fair, the Axe Herbane, they're not doing much better. They probably do break quicker than the Elves, but they've definitely got two healthier units. I feel like numbers-wise, they're just doing better off. I feel like if I was Woodland Realm, I'd be asking for a little bit of support there. Oh, no, this is not good. This is red alert. I think this is why we're going to see, I mean, we should be seeing a massive withdrawal here. But one last guy on Blade over here that's not doing anything. This polearm, though, needs to now get in here, block this Servants of the Eye. It's not going to do it in time. It's going to get these Gondor Archers. Where is any Cav? We have Cav over here, Princess Sergeants, absent, not paying attention. And actually, Goldor's charged straight into the polearms, and he's actually done a good job. The polearms haven't got down their pikes in time, or their spears, whatever you want to call them. And they are slaying those Gondorians. Look at that. That was pretty full. That was a full unit. They are dead now. Yeah, if he can get swords in, like while these guys are pinned, no, he's not going to do it. There's another polearm here that could be getting in there. Just don't want to make the same mistake though. The Cav could be getting over here, but they're not mobilizing it. They're not going to get stuff up the hill. They need to start looking at getting stuff back. It is now code red here for the defenders. He's going to charge this other polearm, I think. He's going to do exactly the same thing he did already to Gondor. He's going to do it to the Woodland Realm. If Woodland Realm does not set up his polearms, will he get it? Nope, he's going to get him down. Yeah, he got them down, and the impact of that charge is nowhere near as good. Yeah, he's killed two. Yeah, he's killed 3 Hall Guardians. You should start to die here. They can get something in to surround this Servants of the Eye, and it's like twice as averted, but it's going to be close. There's a few more Hall Guardians dying now. They are pinning down this sword here. Yeah, this sort of flank's getting dealt with. Warlord's cavalry here. The Dunland also might want to go in and try and cause a bit of chaos. Go around some of these flanks, try and hit what they can. Actually, polearms are losing. Maybe they didn't get them down quite quickly enough. Shock infantry going in, so there's Forest Sentinels going in trying to counter that, and they are actually now losing other Servants of the Eye. Prolonged melee against polearms is slowly having some effect. Barrow Whites in the back lines here, 6 of them left, but yeah, they've been a real pain, like I said, fighting to the last White. Warlord's cavalry going in. I mean, they're going to really charge their own stuff looking at it. The Barrow Whites are already engaged. They're losing the Lasgar and Axes. Oh no, these are Lasgar and Axes. Enemy general dead. Oh, Legolas, he's got into melee. Why? I don't know why he didn't get out. He had a chance to, but he's died to Uruk bodyguards here, or Black Shield bodyguards, as they're now known. Interesting choice. I mean, not the worst general to lose. Probably the best one to lose, to be honest. Woodland Realm and Elves generally don't need morale. Gondor and Dale probably, as managed factions, rely on it a bit more. But the Elves, they're immortal. They don't care about generals. They just fight to the last elf anyway. They're not going to throw away their 1,000-year-old lives. Yeah, this choke point's about to go as well. The Uruk Spears here, uniting up with the Morgul Guard. It's a very nice combo. That's going to break through. And over here as well, got the Morgul Raiders beating these Spear Guards. Again, I imagine more Morgul Guard. Yep, trying to break through there. That is going to be that choke point breaking soon. This one is also starting to go. You can see they're throwing in the Forest Sentinels here to try and break this. I don't know why stuff's not been falling back. The defenders should be getting as much back as possible. They're trying to hold on into this area, which they should not. They need to know that this is now lost. We've got like expensive units. They've still got Hall Guardian. That's, I think this is the one bashed up from Servants of the Eye. Get this back. 44 Hall Guardians is still a very effective unit. There's a lot here of units that should be getting back. I mean, Lasgard Blades, get those out of here. That's a 68-man unit. Elf unit, get that back. Get it up the ramp. You need as much back for this final stand. It's 2,900 against 5,100. That is not terrible odds, especially going into this final stand here, where defenders have a little bit of ammo left, but that's a little bit compared to nothing that the attackers have. And those Olokai make all the difference when it comes to that balance of power. That other one is already gone, but as soon as the other one dies, I bet that balance of power will change quite dramatically. Yet still, this is not looking good over here. Like I said, I think this is just honestly just a matter of time until these Wood Elves are overwhelmed. It's a shame. It's my favorite faction. Realm. And it was before they became super overpowered like they are now. Yeah, Lasgard Axe is there. Blades all dying. Yeah, it's just a lot of... The thing is, I think I wouldn't be so concerned for the defenders' chances of winning here if this was not all Wood Elves dying. If the Wood Elves were like more up here, that was Dale like dying down here. Like, it's fine, Dale, or even Gondor. But there's a lot of Wood Elves here getting trapped in places they should not be. This Woodland Realm player letting down the team a little bit, letting so much of his stuff get trapped and encircled. Yeah, this is not good. This is not looking good. I'm intrigued to see... Oh, they did. I have a feeling Mordor's going to have done the old Gothmog trick, which everyone apparently now knows about. So Gothmog has a bit of a glitch. So I personally, in a recent stream, which we didn't end up becoming a stream, so if you didn't see it, you've missed out. We were saying that Gothmog should be banned as Mordor. You shouldn't be able to bring Gothmog. Because he's got a bit of a glitch where his ability, if you put every single unit on top of Gothmog, it basically gives him insane... it gives him the same melee stats that basically Gothmog gets for his ability, but everyone gets it. And you don't even need to activate it. I think everyone starts with it. It's a passive thing. So if you just put everything on top inside his like area of influence, you can get your whole army to have his ability, which makes him, like, your shock infantry really, really powerful. And just any unit really, really powerful. But shock infantry is like the one to bring. So yeah, and obviously your trolls as well. So Gothmog, personally, I think it should be a banned unit. I think it has been mentioned to the devs. It's going to get sorted in the next update, but it's kind of a bit of a shame for this update. So yeah, Gothmog kind of has to be banned, which is a bit, again, like I said, a shame. But there are other Mordor generals available. Yeah, after that, we got 2,400 defenders, 4,900 attackers. That's really not that hard to sort of, like, you know, turn around. That's, yeah, well, like, yeah, not quite 2-to-1 odds. Just better than 2-to-1 odds, actually, for the defenders. Well, maybe not. No, it's just slightly more than 2-to-1 odds. Apparently my maths is terrible today. But anyway, it looks like the Axe Herbane aren't slowing down. They're going to go straight on in. General Alive going straight on in. Winded. A little bit of ammo. Oh, actually, I forgot Dunlancel's ammo. He didn't use it all up against the Woodland Realm. And he is actually shooting the back of Lake Town Guards. Again, weird that we've seen Hall Guardians getting committed first and then Lake Town Guards were kept in the back. To be honest. Yeah, odd choice, but there you go. They're getting focused down. We've got the Citadel Guards in the front line. Oh, it's Steward. Denethor as well. It's Denethor, the Steward of Gondor, holding the front line. And he's getting shot on the back here as well by those Dunland archers. The wild men will go in, and they'll take on the men of the White Tree. And try and kill them all. Yeah, I mean, Denethor's winning this fight, no surprise. I mean, Lake Town Guards have taken like 20 losses already. And here comes more trouble. We've got Gondor Pikes coming up, a lot of shock coming up. But it's all Gondors. This is looking like a very stacked choke point over here. Dale is not holding back over here. Actually, Gondor's over here as well. Who else is in this front line? We've got presume more Citadel Guards. Yep, Gondor being able to spam them out now because caps aren't a thing. So yeah, spam out those Citadel Guards. Same on this side here. We've got Dunberg Pikes. We actually have Violent Guards and Late Town Guards. This might be actually the weakest choke point to attack, theoretically, but the weakest one is definitely this one here because it's got an obscured back and already these polearms are dying. Less than 100 of them already. And Denethor's like overextending his front line. He's no longer getting support from the polearms. He's very much pushed on. As you can see on the left of your picture, so the Lake Town Guards are there. They should probably pike push and support Denethor here. Because all it's going to take is one better unit than... Oh, he's going to fall back. Okay, smart. Well done, Denethor. Yeah, Axe Urbane, they are dead. And next up is the Gondor Pikes. Or Gondor Blades. I'd send with the Pikes to support. Like, why not? Just send them in. Send them in. Capturing this cap point over here. Not a bad idea. Give yourself a little bit more of a morale boost. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see whether the forces of evil give themselves enough time here. Like I said, a lot of dallying going on. Even when we start the intro, it took a little while for Dol Guldur to attack those spear guards. That was literally the first bit of engagement we saw. And it's the first bit that happened. Oof, the Orcal Guard are getting absolutely focused down here by. That's the Avari Wanderers up there doing that work. And I presume this is King Brand. Don't often see him being brought, but there you go. Very nice. King Brand being brought. And he is. They are absolutely butchering the Morgul Guard. I think that might be enough damage on them. Hard to say. Might be enough, though. I'd save some out for that other Olokai, which is still knocking about. Send it berserk if you can. He's all the way back here, but he is very much optional to kill. Same with Kamul as well. Shock Infantry General. I want to save some ammo for him. Kill off the Orcish Generals. And Orcs break like no tomorrow. There you go, Stuart Denethor, the man that can't eat a tomato. He's holding the front lines. Rather than throwing himself off the top of Ministerian. Good on him. He is probably looking at these orcs thinking, these aren't like the normal orcs we fight. These are a bit bigger. A bit more well-armored. Which is kind of true. People will say, like, I've seen like loads of like YouTubers, like people that like do like the whole channel are based around Lord of the Rings, like so like talk about the lore and stuff. Like the dwarves, like they're fighting the orcs of Gundabad and like Dol Guldur, certainly, and they're like bigger and stronger. So they're like there's less of them in number necessarily because like Sauron's orcs are smaller, but there's just rely on mass and numbers. The Gundabad ones, I mean, there's still thousands of them. The orcs are always usually outnumbered. The dwarves are always outnumbered, but not by necessarily nearly as much. But they're fighting bigger and scarier orcs in a way because they're just massive. I mean, look at the size like Azog in the Hobbit movies. It kind of like gives you an idea of scale. He's absolutely huge. But then the dwarf was fighting a Mordor orc. They're probably similar size. I don't know, but I'd imagine that's the case. Don't quote me for that. I haven't looked at any charts recently to see how tall one, like a certain orc is. But I imagine that's the case. A good old pike fight going on here, and as you can see, Pike's beating pole arms. Actually, I'm beating pole arms. Pikes are dying very quickly. He's getting shot by these Avari Wanderers. Really nice there. But yeah, Pikes versus pole arms on their own, I think Pikes win, but with support, Pikes lose. I think is what I gather. I can never really remember. But they're done landing Pikes are dying here anyway because of archer fire. And these units can then go into melee and do great work there and get more kills. So yeah, Avari Wanderers do seem like they are mostly getting their money's worth out of them. They're getting both bow and melee use. They're going to need to go to melee soon because we are about to see Denethor die here. We're seeing Princess Sergeants getting charged into a melee where Pikes are in use. Odd choice by Gondor there, but he's going to lose Princess Sergeants. He should save them for any breakthroughs. Which, yes, this potentially could be a breakthrough, but wait at least until they're committed. But I can say these Avari Wanderers could just probably finish off these Golden Pikes and not rectify the situation, but at least help it. Gondor sword him if she's going to go in. Like, all these archers back here, get those ready to go in a melee as well, because you're going to need the mass. But yeah, these Avari Wanderers, they just need to start shooting into the back of that pike and save that. But it looks like any sort of hope of saving ammo for Olokai is over and done with. There is just too many sort of like units, key units to take out, like these Morgul Guard, Olokai, and obviously the pikes already in melee. The Dol Guldur ones. Dale over here, he's battling on against Mordor. Seems like he's got a good portion of the reserves. I mean, he's also got a lot of Gondor's help over here. I mean, I feel like the Violent Guards on their own could hold for just fine enough on their own. I feel like Gondor should be sending his swords back over to help his steward. He's about to die. I'm about to see Bran get sent in as well. Like, come on, guys. We have reserves that we don't need to be sending generals in first. But the Bardings going in, they're actually not too bad in melee. They're going up against Shock Infantry, Golden Glaive, not so sure. Might be a bit much even for them, but they do look glorious as they do it, as they go into battle. Got to give them that. They look good with those red capes on. Yeah, Chavez is Doggle actually being beaten back by Brand here. Brand is holding it. This is kind of being stabilized. There's definitely a lot that's now been thrown in. All of a sudden, the defenders have looked at this and gone, oh, we need to throw everything in here. Avari Wanderer's gone in as well, which is good because I'm a bit worried that if Denethor dies here, the Gondor stuff might all just rout pretty soon after. Well, not pretty soon, but like not long. Having Dale also another choke point supporting is not a bad idea. So if Gondor was to break, there would still be some men holding the line. The Morgul Guard, they haven't really gone into combat with them, but they are beating them apparently. They're not winning in this fight. I'm sure there's still one Gondorian sword here. Good to see the Sergeant's still alive. They only lost one rider, actually, in that strange charge they did. And this choke point's holding really nicely, actually. Now that they've had the archer support them here and deal with that pike, they don't seem like they're having any issue. Dunland is a pretty weak faction, so, like, yeah, like, fighting Dunland, yeah, not the end of the world. This pike, though, might cause some problems. It's a fresh pike unit to come up. Might yet cause some problems for that Lake Town Guard. 2 pikes might be one too many. It might be better to see the trolls sent elsewhere. Wonder if they're going to get sent around to support Dunland's push, because they don't really have anything else. I feel like most of the other choke points here can be ground down if they want it to be. Avari Wanderer's in here, which is brilliant to see. They are definitely getting their money's worth out of them today. Dale is such a really good faction now. I mean, it can be like it obviously can be like really good. You can. I've seen it be absolutely demolished some games. Look at this though. That's a really good push. There's Vari Wonders helping there, help push back evil substantially. Looks like we're about to see Kamul get sent up. Is Dogaldor nearly out of reserves? Is this all? This is all Mordor here. It's all Mordor. But yeah, it looks like Dogaldor's pretty much out of reserves. It's just Kamul to go in. So they're going to send him in. Looks like Dunland and Mordor are going to be keeping back their reserves. Gondor holding the line. Is Denethor dead? I don't even know if he... No, he's still alive in here. He's got 9 men left. I presume he is one of said 9 men. No, General is dead, actually, for Gondor. We must have missed that at some point and missed Denethor dying. Or it just wasn't announced. But yeah, Denethor is gone. Okay, I was like, 9 men left? He's still not one of those to die? Oh, I'm surprised his bodyguard held at 9 men. Another day, another Dalian victory against Dunland, though. And Dunland, yeah, forced back. That's... I honestly don't think you need this much over here. Two behind the guard, that's a bit overpowered. I take 1 away. I think you got enough. You're going to need some boys elsewhere. Also, get these troops forward, these archers. Just get them to a choke point ready to be committed. 3,200 against 1,600. It's now 2-to-1 odds. It's possible, but it's going to be... I don't know. They're going to need some... We're going to need some miracles. Bodyguards are glorious. They really do. And you can spam those out now. So you can't, like, Mordor's just got so many options for what you can do. Like your army, you can just like bring like those elite swords. The shock spam's a very valid spam. Obviously trolls, yeah, they still have like, yeah, here you go. This is what I mean. You just spam out the elite swords, and this guy's done it. He's still got 3 more back there. And that's kind of, yeah, it's kind of the thing. Like the devs maybe were onto something. Oh no. Oh what? How did this get in here? This is definitely pulled through. Oh yeah, this Dunland cab's pulled through. Shameful display. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely pulled through, but now this shock might be about to get through. It's not going to get through easily. Vari Wanderers holding the line. Silver Chevron, these guys have earned a lot. That cab is definitely pulled through. It's now, I think, dead. Yeah, it looks like it's dead. Dunland trying everything to get through. But yeah, this is kind of the downside. The devs are like, oh, well, we put caps in for a reason. You can't bring lots of elites, and it does make elites obviously like really impressive and scary when you see them on the battlefield. Does that mean that people obviously play with them getting rid of caps? There's like so many replays that are something like cap remover on. And then people now that they have no caps are like, oh, we need to put rules in place for caps. So caps are there for a reason. I think we should have just gone back to the old cappage. A lot of things capped at 3 rather than 1. Like 2 to 3, I think is good. A range for capping stuff. Brand is now looking like he might die. He's at 44. He's been in a lot of combat here. He's also at that stage where to try and pull him out might be a bit risky. Yeah, Vari Wanderers are dying as well. And they're also beating these war champions. Ooh, Kamul going in there, I think, has made a big difference. His Black Eastling retinue is disgusting. Thank God you can't bring it as just a normal infantry unit, because that would probably be taking the biscuit for Dol Guldur. The Lake Town Guards don't seem unfazed by this fresh pike going in here. I don't think this is going to be the choke point that gives in, but the Violent Guard have been sent elsewhere. They've been sent back to the main choke point over here, which I think this... Well, actually, no, this is looking like the choke point that's going to give way. Yeah, the trolls have gone in. I was about to say that. I was about to say the other choke point looked like the one that's going to give way, though this one has given way. And the trolls are in with the Morgul Raiders, and it's now just cavalry holding the front line. And cavalry in prolonged melee is not going to do well. These Princess Sergeants, they are a spear cav, so they are technically a melee cav. But they are not going to hold back this horde of orcs and the trolls in here as well. The trolls that excel against cavalry. They are beating the Morgul Raiders, that's no surprise. Yes, as soon as this becomes prolonged melee, those sergeants are going to start to drop, and the trolls are going to start to kill them off. Yeah, those archers, I was going to say, those archers need dashing over there. They need to get mass into that choke point and quick. Like, the archers will hold for a couple of seconds. It might allow you to get a Violent Guard across or something. I'm surprised the Dalen player here has not sent one across. Like, they have enough in here for now. But yeah, it's just general attrition going on. I honestly think, and I'm going to say it, and I don't really like to pin the blame on players, Woodland Realm lost way too much in that first stage of the siege. Got so much encircled and killed off, and a lot of his elites, like there are a lot of elites that were killed off. Like Hall Guardians and Gate Wardens. They could have got back. Lasgarland axes and blades. Lots. He just didn't read the room and other things going on, like with the retreat, and he just kind of stood his ground. And I think that's cost his team the game a little bit. I think if those elves got back, they're giving a real run for their money. 900 against 2,600. It's not going to be the closest in the world. It's still a fun siege nonetheless. I've got to say, I think if the Woodland Realm gets back his forces, I think this becomes a closer game. Look at this troll. He's like, excuse me, coming through. I'd like to be in the picture. Trolls are allowed to pull through. It's one of the few units that are allowed to pull through. They've also not pulled through with those axes. They've got, or those shock. They've gone around here like this second one's doing. The big gap in line, the archers haven't been able to fill the entire choke point. And now they're encircled. And now they will be eaten by orcs. And the orcs are going to eat man flesh tonight. So much man flesh, because I think this, the siege is done now. The result is over, and all of those archers just broke like that. They have no general, army losses coming in, and they are all going to get eaten and in the gullets of orcs. Yeah, I think that's all of Mordor, no, all of Gondor, sorry, gone. Yeah, the final units, Princess Sergeants breaking there. Don't know why they were back over here. They should have been on the other choke point, supporting the archers, really. Yeah, everything gone there. It's now down to Dale. Dale is it. Dale is winning this pole-arm pike fight over here. It's insane. But I'd imagine even Dale is going to start to have armor losses soon. But that's not because of him necessarily, it's because of team armor losses rather than anything else. Yeah, that's... I mean, he's still winning these fights though. Crazy. Crazy. I hope Dale's not pulling out these Violent Guards hoping he's going to retake that other choke point. I wouldn't bother. Yeah, no, it looks like he's going to go after the Morgul Raiders or something. Trolls going in. Don't know where they're going. They're going a little scout, little sightseeing operation. Avari Wanderers break 16 out of 100 when they broke. Silver Chevron. They've got good kills. I'm excited to see what kills they've got. I think the Daling players had a pretty good game, to be honest. And he's not actually giving an attack order there. After I just said he had a good game, man. You forget to give your Violent Guards an attack order. But the game's over, it doesn't really matter. But Dale, I think, had a really good game. Pretty good game for Dale. Mordor Raiders here. I do think that it didn't help that Mordor's definitely had supercharged troops. The Gothmog, which I can't remember if they stacked everything up, but yeah, at least some of the troops will have been supercharged. So it just kind of does make the contest a little unfair. Look at these brave Violent Guards surrounded here, ripped in peace, and they're going to break, and that is going to be GG, and that is going to be a victory for evil. There you go. A Pyrrhic victory, and we'll end the replay and have a quick look at the end results. So yeah, this one was sent in by Drago, who was playing as the Dunlending tribe. So thank you very much, man, for sending this one in. I can't say that Dunlending had an excellent game, to be honest. An okay game. I feel like, yeah, his infantry. I mean, Dunland kind of sucks as a faction. I would like to see like a 4v4 Dunland versus Eastlings and see who wins, because I honestly think that might be the two worst factions, like in the game. To be honest, like in a siege scenario, just see who wins. I think it could be kind of funny to see actually. But 106 kills with the Huskarls, 60 kills with these Warlord champions. These guys are the Warlord champions. They've gone so downhill. I feel like just like how scary they were and how good they were. They are just a bit of a laughing stock now. But yeah, 81 kills with the Axe Herbane, 148 kills with some Archer Herbane, and then 134 kills. Yeah, I think they got the most kills shooting Elven Archers. And then Warlord's Cavalry, 121 kills. Then we have Nikki playing as Dogaldor, 156 kills with Kamul, 105 with the Gondor Blades. Barrow-wights, 102 kills. 341 kills with the Gondor Glaives. Very, very nice. 174 kills here with the Champions of Dol Guldur. 124 with another one there. But then, yeah, Mirkwood Trackers, 103 kills. Actually very good for them. Servants of the Eye getting 186 kills when they got in and caused chaos. And yeah, the Trolls here, 77 kills, but still very healthy. So they could have definitely got more. Then Emperor Force playing as Mordor, 176 kills with the Black Shield Bodyguards, 223 kills with the Morgul Raiders, 130, 118 with another one, another two there. Morgul Guard 277 is very, very good, 158 kills, and then the Trolls, yeah, 91 kills. Then we have Grumpy or Yasu playing as Gondor, 183 kills with Denethor there, 111 kills with the Gondor swords, 139 with another sword. Citadel Guards, 146 kills, 120. 273 kills with the Blackroot Vale Archers. Oh my gosh, they all did well. 310, 289 kills, and Gondor Archers getting 272 kills. I think these guys have done so well though, because they've shot down Mordor and Dol Guldur's archers, which has really boosted their KD. 122 kills with the Sergeants. It's not bad. And then we have Tans playing as Woodland Realm. 119 kills with Legolas. 120 with the Lasgarland Blades. Kind of poor for them. For units capped at 1. 112 kills with the Axes. 204 kills with the Gate Wardens. 99 kills with the Hall Guardians. And the Archers, 144, 115 kills. Then we have Aaron playing as Dale. Had a really, really solid game, and it showed in some of these kills. Oh my. Yeoman, 285 kills. Lake Town Guards, 105. 112 kills to the Spear Guards. Avari Wanderers, 310 kills. 536 kills with these Avari Wanderers. 220 kills with the Violent Guards. 253 kills with the Violent Guards there. 160 kills, 156. They all did pretty solidly, to be honest. And then Bran got 211 kills, both in melee and out of melee. So yeah, good game for Aaron. I mean, even Gondor had a pretty solid game. I'm not saying like Woodland Realm like did badly. I mean, his kills aren't awful, but I feel like he had a lot of stuff that definitely got back. I mean, he was non-existent by the second stage of the siege, because everything got encircled and killed. He just didn't fall back when the writing was on the wall for the lower layer. But yeah. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did want to see more Dawnless Days action, leave a like, subscribe, comment, send in your replays to my Discord as well. The link for that is in the description. But I'll see you, folks, in the next Lord of the Rings Clash. Bye for now.